And for this segment of Bloggers Blurb,
yes, I did go with that name. It's
we
been
have
fun.
Josh Lockhart, the Kimberley Dynamiter blogger. And just before we started talking, Josh mentioned that he's done the most recent power rankings.
Correct. And it's the last one I did was just before the Christmas break. So this really looked at how teams have been doing since the Christmas break. So just to go the top down, ranked number 1 is the Soyuz Coyotes. And then very closely behind them is the Beaver Valley Nighthawks. Now, I had some fans from the Beaver Valley Nighthawks contact me and ask why their goalie was ranked 4th and not 1st. And it's because they recently acquired Owen Six and all his and all his nightmare games came with him.
Okay.
So all his stats. So that kind of derailed all of Tylen Kramer's awesome work. But anyway, so that might be different had there just been just for that particular team instead of compiling. Anyway, number 3 is the Creston Valley Thundercats. And they're tied with the Summerland Steam. And then it's the Chase Heat rounding out the top 5.
So the Kimberley Dynamiters, which were in the top 5 on the last
they were
rankings,
3rd,
have dropped substantially in the power rankings.
So substantially from where they were before. So they're still ranked 6th, but they're one of the colder teams in the league, given how much points that they had held have been lost. So they're
5-4 and 5-4-0-1, I think, in their last 10.
Yes.
So playing basically 500 hockey.
Correct.
This is going to make you one of the top teams.
No, not at all. And you'll start falling down that list. And with the Dynamiters being the coldest, the Princeton Posse and North Okanagan Knights are also headed south. But the North Okanagan Knights are ranked 16th, and the Posse are 15th. So it's quite something to say that the Dynamiters, who are ranked 6th overall, are cold like the Posse and Knights are when they're ranked in the teens. So, yeah, needless to say, it's been a tough go for the Dynamiters since the holiday break.
So let me ask this question about the rankings.
Yeah.
So do you rank them season to date, or do you rank them month to month?
Season to date.
Okay.
And then I measure the difference from what it was the season to date for the last month that I did it.
Right.
There's just no way for me to be able to separate out some of those numbers. So that's what I look at. So in terms of how the Dynamiters did compared to where they were December 22nd or whatever last month to.
So let's talk about goaltending. You had the Creston Valley Thundercats in 4th place, I think you said, in goaltending. Where does the Dynamiter duo come in on the power rankings for goaltending?
Did I say 4th for the Thundercats?
I believe you said 4th for the Thundercats, and they were calling you and ask you why.
Oh, that was the Beaver Valley Nighthawks.
Beaver Valley, I'm sorry.
Beaver Valley was ranked 4th. The Thundercats, they're ranked 7th, so I look at the save percentage for both goalies, which for me is surprising that they're ranked 7th, given that when I did the goalie rankings, both their goalies were in the top 5. Mind you, so were Soyuz goalies in the top 5. So for me, that's a little surprising that the save percentage came out like that, but the Dynamiters goaltending, again, looking just at save percentage, is at 11th.
11th? Okay.
Yeah.
And do you have individual goaltenders ranked, or do you just have the team ranking?
I do have individual ones. I think I went over it a bit last week with Troy, but just so you're aware of it, just pulling it up here. Yeah, I ranked the goalies by win percentage, goals against average, and save percentage.
Okay. Looking at the Creston Valley Thundercats, Brock Lefebvre and Patrick Osterman, both of them have sub 3.0 goals against.
Right.
How's their save percentages, and where do they rank?
So where I collected them at the time when I did the rankings, their save percentage was a little bit on the lower end of the top 20, being as 11th and 17th. their save percentage, but when you started including things like their win percentage and their goals against average, that's what popped them up to 4th and 5th on the goaltender rankings.
And the Dynamiters, Cody Campbell and Cody Call are...
So Cody Call, it didn't make the list because he hasn't played enough games. Campbell, again, this was last week when I grabbed the numbers, he was at 8th place on that list. And his save percentage at the time was in the about 11th. Yeah,
905 or
905. I think I've got 908 here, 908. But both of them, I believe, have gone down to about an 800.
Sub 900.
Sub 900. Yeah. That's a better way of putting it, sub 900 instead of saying 800 and something. Because they're combined together. Yeah, their save percentage is 877.
Okay. Yeah. So let me talk about this game here tonight.
Yes.
What's your thoughts on the first 2 periods?
Well, it's been very chippy.
Yes.
So and where I sit is right between the 2 penalty boxes. So when those first 2 10-minute misconducts were handed out, there was a lot of back and forth chatter between those 2 players. But so it's been very chippy that way. But for me, the Dynamiters feel out of sync. Just for example, with how the Thundercats scored their first goal on the turnover at the end of the penalty kill, where it's like, yeah, we've killed the penalty, awesome, let's just get the puck out of the zone. Didn't work, and the Cats scored. There's just something, for me, just feels out of sync for the team compared to where they were a month ago.
They're having trouble in their own zone by making those mistakes of holding onto the puck too long, like Colapello did on that first goal.
Yeah.
And, of course, giving Paxton Malone the puck in front of the net.
Not a good idea.
Generally speaking, not going to be a good result.
No.
But other than that?
Other than that, I'm really enjoying this game because it's close score. Both teams are taking this game seriously. It's their last and final meeting of this season. And the potential, right, for a second-round matchup between these 2 teams.
Indeed.
So,
if the Dynamiters win tonight, they have an outside chance of overtaking first place.
Correct.
They're 5 points behind the Creston Valley Thundercats. I believe they both played the same number of games.
Yep.
If they win tonight, then they're 3 points back, and a couple of losses by the Cats and a couple of wins by the Dynamiters, and the Dynamiters take over. But they have to do first things first, and they have to win tonight. If they don't win tonight, Creston wins first place.
I would definitely say that.
Much like many of us predicted at the beginning of the year. Those fans who are watching tonight
here we go.
May remember.
Of course they remember.
That Josh Lockhart actually picked a different team.
I did.
To finish first. And I think you chose the Fernie Ghost Riders.
I did pick the Fernie Ghost Riders, and their month of September and October killed them. I did pick Fernie first, and then Creston second, Dynamiters third.
And all you did was miss all 3.
I know I think I got the Rockies and the Rockets in the right spot, but
well, and looking from the beginning of the year, like you say,
right.
The Fernie Ghost Riders brought back a very experienced veteran club, adding a few players, but they did get off to a poor start. And the Dynamiters got off to a hot start. The Dynamiters were in first place for a while.
A little bit there.
And then the Thundercats, of course, came on and took over first place.
And for me, it was coming in with a very unknown team for the Dynamiters.
Yes.
I was expecting 500 hockey. Kind of what we've been having for the month of January.
Right.
But because we got treated to such streaks to start off the year, it was like, wow, this is great. So now there's this part of me that's trying to keep myself in check that at the start of the season, I only expected you guys to finish third.
You guys? I'm an unbiased.
Oh no! So you picked
the Dynamiters. Fish third. You're the one.
I'm pointing at you as I say that. I am wearing the Dynamiters. So I totally love to support the team, but my expectations were a little bit more, I would say, grounded. And with the months that they've had, it's been like, oh, right, we're going to win everything.
Yes,
but
and looking at...
Need to recheck that.
Well, the Dynamiters, theoretically a rebuilding year.
Yes.
But Coach Stewart, with his connection, Coach and General Manager Derek Stewart, with his connections, was able to bring some players along from the Alberta Junior A Hockey League. I'm thinking primarily of Carrillo, Karpyshian, Cooper Page, Matt Davies, Chase Miller.
Mm-hmm.
Those players who are new to Kimberley certainly have been playing at a quality level during their hockey career, and certainly helped with some of the younger guys that the Dynamiters have as well.
Yeah, well, I think it's Carrillo who just leapfrogged into third place on the Dynamiters for scoring.
I think you've got Miller, you've got Colapello, and you've got Miller.
So Miller's first, Farmer, and then Carrillo.
Oh, Farmer second.
Farmer second, yeah.
Okay.
It used to be Colapello was third, but Carrillo he's just been playing so well and putting points on the board.
Colapello's got a goal tonight, so that'll help.
They might be jockeying each other for that spot, but yeah. So you can definitely see with the likes of Miller and Carrillo and all those other players that you've mentioned, the impact that they've had on the team to get them to where they are. And even bringing in like Cody Campbell, right? Like an unknown to all of us. And when he was given the reins as the starting goalie in December.
Well, him and Mitch Trejcevic were fighting it out to see who was going to be
number one
starting goaltender. And of course, Trejcevic was traded to...
He wants to go
way
home.
Up north.
Dawson Creek.
And we've got a really respectable backup with Cody Call.
Yeah.
I've only seen him play 2 games, and the 2 games I saw him play, he played very well.
Yep.
Now, albeit he didn't play against Creston or Fernie, although I understand that...
he played last night, but that was against the Rockies.
Well, I thought he played on Thursday night against Fernie.
I don't think so.
No?
I don't know.
We'll have to check that. It doesn't really matter. The Dynamiters 0 for 2 of the weekend so far. No, excuse me, 1 for 2. An overtime win against the Columbia Valley Rockies last night, which
they squeezed that one out.
And talking to the coaching staff of the Dynamiters, I say, well, did your boys just not show up on Friday night? And without exception, without a hesitation, they said that the Columbia Valley Rockies are going to be a force to be reckoned with. They have improved that much. They've got a new player. They've got a new attitude. And they're going to be in games no matter who they're playing against.
And we saw that last year with them, where January, February was the months when the Rockies came on.
Exactly.
And then their standings is very misleading of where they are currently.
Exactly. So. And likely as not, if things remain the way they are, and I personally think they will, I don't think Image is going to catch Creston, and I don't think that Fernie can catch Kimberley.
Yep.
They're 10 points back. They do have 2 games in hand. However, I think a 10-point lead with probably about only 8 games left to play, something like that, that it's an awful tough row to hoe.
Yes, yeah.
But having said that, last year when the Rockies did have a great finish to their season.
Oh, they sure did.
They went 0 for 4 in the playoffs.
Yes, they did.
But I think this year they are peaking at just about the right time, and I think they're going to give the Crescent Valley Thundercats all they can handle, and it's not going to be, well, a four quick sweep for the Thundercats. I think.
Right.
And I still think the Thundercats are going to win the first round, but I think it's going to go...
You don't think they'll have an implosion?
I don't believe they'll have an implosion, but what I do think is that it will be 5 or maybe 6 games with the Columbia Valley Rockies playing that much better.
Yeah. We'll see what happens. It'll be very interesting to see how these teams shape out for playoffs, because it becomes a different beast in the playoffs, even though we're playing the exact same teams.
The Dynamiters and the Fernie Ghost Riders, the number 1 rivalry in the KIJHL Eddie Mountain Division, that's going to be a really tightly contested. If the Dynamiters finish second, which I believe they will, I think it might go 6, could even go 7 games. These 2 teams are so evenly matched.
And we're seeing that in how they've gone back and forth in their series between Fernie. Yeah.
So we'll let Troy come back in here and call the third period.
I think that's fair.
I think it's only unless you wanted to do it.
No, that's quite all right. I quite enjoy my social media spot across the ice from you.
Well, thank you very much, Josh Lockhart, the Bloggers Blurb, once again.
And thank you.
Very entertaining, and we'll get ready for a third period hockey.
Yes,
and
it'll be great.
I'm sure it'll be just exciting as periods 1 and 2.
Yes.
Josh Lockhart, the Kimberley Dynamiter blogger.